G'day guys, Kyle Tan coming back at you with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving guys my top 6 anime of 2017. Now, I haven't put Dragon Ball Super on here, even though it was amazing this year. I'm not putting it on this list because it didn't really start in 2017. So that's my main reason. But let's start off with some honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Blue Exorcist, which basically continues from the first season, but part way through, because the part of the first season of Blue Exorcist was anime only. The second part was. The first part was all canon. The second part was anime only. So the second season basically is what happens after the first part of season 1. And my next honorable mention is Recreators, because it did something different. Recreators did something different, had a really good story, some good characters, but the reason why it did something different was that instead of putting someone in a different world, it decided to bring the characters into the real life world. Like characters from anime, video games, manga, they did all that. And it was great to see how these characters would interact with the real world, and how they would see how their characters perceived by the real world, and how their powers would affect the world. My number 6 anime of 2017 is Boruto Naruto The Next Generations. Now, why is this on my list? It's because it's old school. It feels like old school Naruto when it first started, building up a new world around with new characters. And it's great fun. It makes you feel like sort of like nostalgic about what's happening or what you're watching, because it feels like a fresh new take on the series. Got some great characters, a great new world to build around. It's got everything working for it. Right now, we're not up to where the movie is, but anything that happened before the movie part is now canon, even though it's anime only, but it is canon. My number 5 is probably one of my biggest surprises of the year, is Welcome to the Ballroom. Holy crap, I actually enjoyed this anime. I didn't think I would. But Welcome to the Ballroom felt something new to me. It was new. It was basically a sports anime that tackled ballroom dancing. And it was a great watch. Funny characters, funny story, funny dialogue. But the characters were so deep and interesting. And they made like ballroom dancing was their life. Like if they couldn't do anything else, this is what they would do. It was really interesting to watch. I didn't think I would get into this anime at first when I started watching, because I heard a lot of good things about it. And after the season had finished, I went in and watched it all. I basically binged it almost all in a couple of days. It was probably one of the most fun anime I've watched, probably the newest anime I've watched, and hopefully there is a second season, because I actually enjoyed this. My number 4 is Ancient Magus Bride. Now, this anime is absolutely gorgeous to look at. It's simply amazing with what they've done. And the characters, oh my god, the characters are so well done as well. Chise, who has this massive character arc. The whole entire story is her character arc. Her growing out of her shell, finding this new world, finding her place in this new world. Then you have Elias, who is this mysterious creature or being who doesn't really have a story to where he came from or how he was created. What this anime shows best is the surrounding world, because some of these scenes are breathtaking. They really are. You just have to see it to believe it. When I first started watching this, I thought I was watching an animated produced movie. But it's not. It's an actually fully fledged season. A fully fledged season. And you don't get anime that looks like this in a fully fledged season. Because it takes time to create this. It takes a lot of money to put into something this good looking. And the music, oh my god, the music is perfect. It fits the whole entire anime. And the opening, the OP is amazing. I just can't say enough about this anime. I suggest you go watch it. So far, it's a 24 episode season. We're on about episode 14 now, so you don't have long to catch up. It's pretty easy to catch up. There are some slow parts, but once you get through those slow parts, it does continue to pick up, and it does become a pretty sad story, and a pretty exciting one at that. My number 3 anime of 2017 is actually a movie, and that movie is A Silent Voice, which is seriously underrated. For God's sake, this is so underrated. People say Your Name is the best movie or anime movie of the year. They haven't seen A Silent Voice. A Silent Voice is one of the top anime movies of the year. And it's one of my top movies of the year. And there was a lot of good movies that came out this year, but it's in my top 10 movies of this year. And the reason why it's there is because it has great characters, emotional impact on these characters, and the voice acting is phenomenal. The weight and emotion that these voice actors bring to these characters, how they portray them, it almost brings a tear to your eye sometimes. And basically, the main story is basically how bullying can reflect back onto the bullier, and how that bullier can be withdrawn from society, and that bullies can be redeemed. They can see the light. They can find happiness in their life if they just forgive themselves, if they try to interact with the person they bullied and try to make up to them. And it's a great story. It's a great movie. I suggest you go watch it. My number 2 anime of the year is Attack on Titan. We were waiting so long for the second season. So fucking long. I mean, it's been like, I don't know, 3-4 years since the first season came out. Now, the second season is a bit shorter, but it does cover a lot of big topics, and a lot of questions are answered. A lot of twists, a lot of turns. I'm not going to spoil them, because I suggest you watch the first season. If you haven't, then go into the second season, because there are some big spoilers here. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. What I can say is that is a fantastic second season, and it continues to move forward, continues to push along, continues at this high-paced, high-styled action, and it looks even better than what it did previously in season 1. Characters are still great, the story is still great, it's still one of the top anime ever made. Well, not ever made, but being created right now. And I kind of feel sorry for your anime onlys, because you are missing out a lot of shit in the manga. Like, a lot. Some heavy stuff coming up. Season 3 coming out this year, hopefully. It will be a bit slower, because it does cover some big moments, some big topics, and even more questions are answered. But even more questions are left unanswered as well. So it's another season. It's pretty slow, the first season will be, but second season is a great, steady pace that should get you back into the flow and get you ready for season 3. Now, my number 1 anime of the year, you're probably already guessing right now, it's My Hero Academia. I mean, come on. No one's beating this anime this year. It's just, as soon as it started, it went straight to the finish line. No one's catching it. It's one of the top anime of the year. It's 24 episodes this year for season 2, which is amazing because it covers some of the best arcs in the manga right now. There's still a lot of arcs coming up that it's going to be kick-ass, still a lot to enjoy. But in season 2, there are some great character moments. Midoriya and Todoroki's fight is emotional, but also exciting to watch how Todoroki grows as a character, how he becomes a little more accepting of who he is. And with Midoriya, for that whole entire season, learning how to control his powers more. In the second part of the season, he learns how to use it better and how he's got to use it wisely, be a bit more smarter with it. And has one of the best villains of the year in Stain, who's so interesting, so threatening, so deadly. And his motives are fantastic. His motive is basically attacking heroes, but who give heroes a bad name, who are just in it for the money. Stain wants to fight the perfect hero who stands up and be a hero, who saves people because he wants to, not because of the fame or the glory. It's because the hero wants to. He will protect anyone if it means costing his life. That's what Stain wants to find in the meaning of hero. And he's such an interesting character. So My Hero Academia was probably one of the best anime of the year, simply because the characters, the arcs, the art style, the fights, a tournament arc. So that is why My Hero Academia is my #1 anime of the year. So guys, what did you think of this video? Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, maybe even subscribe. But until next time guys, I'm Carl Tander, and I'll catch you later.